Hey guys, so I'm filming a video per request of one lovely viewer that asked about the colors in my palette. So I thought, why not share it with you? So this is my current kind of more limited palette. It's in this cute little tin, and I think it's supposed to hold 24 half pans, but I squeezed in 25 colors, and probably I could squeeze another one. So I think if you kind of, depending on the type of half pans you have, the Schmincke are just a little bit fatter, but I have here a few that are not from Schmincke, so you can probably fit 13. And if you take, 13 in each row instead of the 12 that it's supposed to hold. And if you take this thing out, then you could probably fit here, not probably, you could definitely fit here more colors. So, yeah, so I'll tell you what's in my current palette, which is always, I switch it around, but actually at the moment I feel really comfortable with the colors I have here, and I'm really enjoying it. So I have, starting from here, we'll go like this. So my lightest color here is the Daniel Smith Titan Buff, and it's just beautiful. You can't really see granulation on the, this is the Moab River paper, but it's a granulating color, so it's a little bit, it's just a very, I don't know, like a beige color. I really like it, and I use it quite a bit, and it granulates. And then I have my Schmincke Naples Yellow, which I love. It's just this really buttery yellow. I use it a lot. I use it for skin tones, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I will add, Schmincke has another wonderful color called Naples Yellow Reddish, and I think that one is also, it's a little bit pinker or a little bit redder than this one, and I think it would be also great for skin tones. So my yellow is the Sennelier Indian Yellow, and I really love warm orangey yellow. Another, I think when I ran out of this one, I have quite a little dip here in my pan. So actually these were empty half pans that I bought and filled with paint from a tube, but this one, the Sennelier, is actually, I bought the half pan, so I have here a mixture. Another good alternative that is quite similar, just as gorgeous, would be the New Gamboge from Daniel Smith. That's probably what I'll replace it with. Next, I have a Schmincke Yellow Orange, so it's kind of an even more orange version of this. Definitely a convenience color. If I had to kind of narrow down this palette to fewer colors, this would probably be the one to go, and because I could get something similar from mixing my Indian Yellow with the next color, which is Schmincke Transparent Orange, which is a beautiful, beautiful transparent orange. Actually, Core has an almost identical color in their high chroma set. So if you have that, that's kind of the color. My next one is Vermilion Light by Schmincke. It's vermilion color, but it's transparent, and it's beautiful. I use it all the time. You can see it's kind of like this, yeah, like an orangey red, I guess. Next, I think this one is the Ruby Red Schmincke. It's a beautiful, beautiful pink. I love it. Use it all the time. And, well, in general, the pinks are very well loved and well used in my palette. This is Schmincke's version of kind of the fluorescent pink, I guess, the opera pink or opera rose. The Schmincke version is called Brilliant Opera Rose. It's one of the new colors for 2017. And it's one of those colors that I like to mix with other colors. I don't often use it in its pure form, and the Schmincke version is gorgeous. Next two colors are probably my favorite in my palette. They are the Brilliant Purple from Schmincke and the Brilliant Red Violet. And yeah, those are like my my crazy pinks, and the red violet, you can also see it here. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, vibrant colors. The Moab River paper is a little bit strange with how it takes watercolors. So on watercolor paper, this would look quite different. Maybe I should swatch it so you can see. The next color is one that I searched really a long time until I found the one that I really liked. And so this one is the Winsor & Newton Cobalt Violet. And Cobalt Violet, Daniel Smith has a color that I think would be okay if you used it straight from the tube, but I prefer to use mine from a pan when they're dry. So the Daniel Smith one is very, very weak. And I've tried also the Daler Rowney one, and this one is the best version that I could find, the Winsor & Newton one, Cobalt Violet Winsor & Newton. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous color. And it activates, you know, okay. It's not like the Schmincke colors, but Schmincke doesn't have a color like this. Otherwise, I would just use one of the Schmincke colors. Anyway, if you're looking for a Cobalt Violet, the Winsor & Newton one is fantastic. Next is Schmincke Brilliant Blue Violet, and it's just a very brilliant blue violet. My more muted violet, which I love to use actually, and I think it granulates, is Schmincke Ultramarine Violet, which is beautiful color. I have my Schmincke French Ultramarine, which granulates and is a beautiful ultramarine. Next one, I have the Schmincke Delft Blue, which is like the other blue that I can't pronounce the name of, Indanthron or something like that. Blue, so it's kind of like this deep, inky blue. I love it. Then I have the Daniel Smith Manganese Blue, which is this gorgeous light blue, and I really love it. I love the color, but somehow I noticed that I don't use it very often. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll take it out of my palette. I love it, but yeah, usually when I'm painting somehow I don't use it. Next I have the Cobalt Cerulean from Schmincke, and the Schmincke Cobalt colors are super intense and opaque, but if you use them lightly, they are more transparent and they are gorgeous, gorgeous. So this one is the Cobalt Cerulean. It's lovely, not as lovely as, in my opinion, of course, as its Cobalt Green Turquoise, which, if you're familiar with the Daniel Smith range and you know the Sleeping Beauty paint, which costs like, I don't know, 20 euros for a tube. So this one is almost identical, the Schmincke Cobalt Green Turquoise. And, you know, Schmincke paints you can buy in half pans. So I love this color. I'm so happy that I found it, because I was contemplating getting the Sleeping Beauty tube. I have the a little half pan, and it's very well loved and well used, so I wanted to get a backup. And I'm glad I found the Schmincke one, because it's just a lot more affordable. So, but the Cobalt Cerulean is also beautiful. Next is the Schmincke Helio Turquoise, which is a single pigment turquoise, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous color, transparent. I think it's staining, super intense, gorgeous turquoise, kind of in the lines of Daniel Smith, Phthalo Turquoise or Ultramarine Turquoise, but those are not single pigment, and this one is. Don't remember the pigment, but it just has one pigment. Next is a staple in any palette of mine. This is the Schmincke version, Cobalt Turquoise, made from PG50. Love that pigment, love every version of pretty much every brand out there. I have in my palette currently the Schmincke one, but all the ones I've tried, the Core, Daniel Smith, what's the American brand that is really well known? I don't know. Anyway, another brand from the US, can't remember the name of, but also their version is fantastic. So everyone I've tried, just get the Cobalt Teal. I think Daniel Smith calls it Cobalt Teal. Anyway, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Next on my palette is this one here, which looks very light, and you probably think it would be super opaque, but it's not. It's the Sennelier Emerald color, and it's just the perfect mint. Love it. Then I have Schmincke Green Gold, which is just beautiful. That's my type of green. I don't feel like I need any other green in my palette. If I want green, which I don't use usually, I usually use either turquoise or green gold. I can just mix one from my yellows and turquoise or blues. Next I have the Schmincke Neutral Tint, which is a lovely neutral. I really, really like it. I have the Schmincke Indigo and the Daniel Smith Sodalite Genuine. So those are kind of my neutrals. I don't use you know, things like burnt sienna or sepia. Maybe I will one day, but I just don't like these colors at the moment. So yeah, that's my current limited palette, and I can say that all the colors are really well used. Probably the Manganese Blue is the one that I use the least. So maybe I should, you know, make a point out of it and play with it some more. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope I didn't enable you too much. Yeah, but these colors are just gorgeous. I recommend, if you don't have any Schmincke paints, I recommend picking up a couple of the pans. The pans are gorgeous. The tubes are great, but the pans are just amazing. So I would say grab a couple, and I would probably say, you know, make one of them the red violet or the brilliant purple, just because they are that good. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.